Hey guys, welcome to Living in New Hampshire. My name's Cody and I'm a local real estate agent with eXp. In today's video, we're going to compare Oregon versus New Hampshire. California, Florida, and Maine are all states that usually come to mind when you think about places with an amazing coastline. While it's far from being the longest on the West Coast, US Route 101 in Oregon stretches for 363 miles from the California border south of Brookings to the Washington state line on the Columbia River between Astoria, Oregon and Megler, Washington. Despite being one of the more rugged shorelines in the country, its incredible views can't be overlooked. The same holds true for the little state of New Hampshire. With just over 1.4 million residents, the Granite State is the fifth smallest by area and the 10th least populated state in the US. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that their Atlantic coastline is just 18 miles in length. Starting in Seabrook north of the Massachusetts border all the way up to Portsmouth, which is arguably one of the nicest cities in the entire state with a lively downtown area along the water. Believe it or not, the reason so many people choose New Hampshire as a place to raise a family is because of the state's accessibility to various terrain. Generally speaking, if you live in southern New Hampshire, you can drive to the beach, the mountains, and Boston all within 90 minutes. This is a huge pro when you look at states like Texas that take upwards of 16 hours to drive from border to border. Not to mention, New Hampshire continually ranks as one of the safest states in the entire country. Granted, it's bordered by Maine and Vermont, both of which having virtually no crime. Although Oregon has a higher crime rate than New Hampshire, they also have a much larger population with just over 4.2 million residents, a number that isn't showing any signs of slowing down. Not only does the state provide endless natural beauty, but it also borders California and Nevada, two states that have arguably the largest amount of tourist traffic in the country. Aside from the ocean, Oregon is also home to the Cascade Range, which is 269 miles long and 90 miles wide. In fact, the Cascade Mountain Range extends from Northern California all the way to central British Columbia. This provides Oregon residents with numerous hiking and skiing opportunities, including the highest mountain in Oregon and one of the loftiest in the country. Towering at 11,249 feet, Mount Hood is one of the premier destinations for winter and summer sports. Up until this point, both states may seem fairly similar from a landscape standpoint. It's housing where they begin to differ, starting with the median home price. Considering back in April of 2016, you could still buy an average home in Oregon for under $300,000. Now in April of 2022, the median home price recently surpassed $500,000. Unfortunately, the rapid increase has affected New Hampshire even more. Going back just a few years ago to February of 2020, the median price was $299,000. Fast forward to present day and that number has shot up to $412,000, although it's still less than much of the West Coast. However, when it comes to property taxes, Oregon is significantly less with an effective property tax rate of 0.90%, which is much lower than New Hampshire's effective rate of 2.05%. But keep in mind that New Hampshire has zero sales and state income tax, whereas Oregon has no sales tax, but their state income tax rate ranges between 4.75% and 9.9%. When it comes to employment opportunities, Oregon is far ahead of New Hampshire from a salary standpoint, with their major industries being tech, finance, and semiconductor and electrical components, resulting in a GDP of $218.97 billion for 2020, compared to New Hampshire, which came in well below at $73.6 billion. While medical services is a big part of New Hampshire's economy, many residents work in social services, retail, and education. Although the cost of living in the Granite State may be lower, it's likely the climate that has kept New England from becoming overpopulated like the West Coast. Not only does New Hampshire receive upwards of 70 inches of annual snowfall, but on average they only experience 198 days of sunshine each year, coupled with 133 days of precipitation, and you can see why many people avoid moving to the East Coast. However, despite being on the West Coast, Oregon's weather isn't perfect either. On average, the state can see upwards of 156 days of precipitation and 144 sunny days each year. If it wasn't for their close proximity to warmer states, then there's a good chance that Oregon's population would be much smaller. And that wraps up the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And as always, if you're thinking about moving to New Hampshire or you just have any questions, I'll leave my contact info in the description below. Thanks for watching.